Good afternoon. Mower Medic 1. Today I want to talk about relays. Basically what a relay does, it takes 12 volts from your battery, say like right here, and takes a very low voltage from your battery, or no, I shouldn't say voltage, amperage, and energizes a relay. Well, if you look, these terminals here are much thicker and they're made out of copper. A lot of times the center post is not even used, but what it does, you can run higher amperage pieces of equipment such as an electric clutch or some headlights, basically a fuel pump. What you want to do to test a relay is get your volt ohm meter with the capabilities for ohm check. Some of the voltmeters don't have an ohm checker, or I mean a diode checker, excuse me. Basically you can do an ohms test, but you can do the ohm test, and well, it's not really an ohm test, it's just a diode test. Put your leads together to zero out the machine or the multimeter. What you want to do, you want to test for continuity between the bottom and the top terminal, like that, and right here. Now, you shouldn't have any continuity on the middle terminal, only the top and the bottom, down there and here. Now, when you de-energize this thing, and you hear it click, you shouldn't have any continuity on the top, but now you should have some in the middle. Basically what this thing is an electromagnet, and I've got one taken apart here, and when you energize the electromagnet, it's got a little wiper or a contactor, and this thing closes from the electromagnet. It pulls it to it and grounds it out, or closes the switch is basically what it is. And it switches, like I said, from your battery volts. Like whenever you turn on your electric clutch, you have full 12 volts going to it, basically, you know, to energize it or to excite this. And when you pull the clutch on, you pop that button up, it says okay, let's close, and it sends the full 12 volts and up to, I think this one's 50 amps, yeah, 30 amps non-energized. I think that's how it's read, or no, it just says 50/30. So basically this can carry up to a 50 amp load momentarily, and it can carry a 30 amp load all the time. I believe that's how it's read. But testing them is very easy, like I just showed you. But if you have a lawnmower that won't crank, 9 times out of 10 it's probably more than likely going to be a loose connection, more than anything. But test all your switches. You can also test with a volt ohm meter, depending on the switch. But you can just take and depress the switch and put your ohm meter on the terminals and test it that way, and just see if you have continuity. Some switches are ground to close and some are not, but either way. But it's pretty cool. I like electrical stuff. But if you have any questions about electrical components on these lawnmowers, some zero turns have up to 3 of these, and it can be a nightmare to diagnose if you know, not familiar with it. But if you have a mower, some say like a Craftsman, and I think they have 2 relays. Well, you're going to have one relay is going to control the safety switch, and the other relay is going to control the electric clutch. But if you have any questions, let me know. Mower Medic 1. Y'all have a good day.